Hey there, and welcome back to another episode of the Seeds of Transformation podcast with Dr. Alma Johnson. Today, I have joining me my mentor, a trailblazer in the world of financial literacy and the futures trading market, Mr. Jason Sweeting himself of the Jason Sweeting Trading Academy. Today, we are going to explore his journey, which is nothing short of inspiration. His early sparks that fueled his passion, the strategies behind success in the market, and his mission to introduce the next generation to investment opportunities that build lasting legacies. Let's dive in and discover how we can bridge the gap in our financial knowledge for generations to come. Well, hello, everyone. Once again, thank you for joining us here at the Seeds of Transformation podcast with Dr. Alma Johnson. Today, I have a special guest, my personal mentor for life. That's what I'm going to say. I'm claiming you right now, Jay, for life. This is Jay the Trader. Jay, would you tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we'll get right into our topic today.
Hey, Dr. Allma. Well, first of all, thank you, of course, for having me. My name is Jason Sweeting. I'm a trader from Miami, Florida. I've been a trader for going on maybe a dozen or so years now. I'm very grateful for the opportunity to serve as a leader of the Jason Sweeting Trading Academy, and I lead over 27,000 traders. So it's been a blessing to be able to serve in this capacity.
Absolutely. I first met Jay by way of another trader, and which is so ironic. It's kind of funny for that to happen. But that was back in 2020, and literally just as he is now, he said growing and serving. That's what he's been doing since day one. How you see Jay right now is how you see Jay in the trade room and in real life, just one on one.
Sure.
So I remember back to the time when you came back out to Las Vegas to visit the community here, and we're still talking about that to this day. Jay was here. Jay was here. So just excited to have you today on the podcast and to discuss about generational wealth trading,
Mhm.
this new system that you have, inventory as a voting system, IVES, but also your program that I came in on in 2020. So I have a few questions for you just
Okay.
to help the listening audience. I am a product of Jay's programs, and we're not going to show any check stubs right now. But anyway, yeah, the money has come in, and I'm grateful for that. But just a few questions for you, Jay. The first one I have is what inspired you to pursue futures, the
Mm.
futures market? A lot of us know about options. That's how I started, but really, y'all, if you're doing options, futures is so much easier, and it will help you not only with your options, but also in your long-term trading. But let me get back to the question. What first inspired you to pursue futures trading, and what key strategies have helped you succeed over time?
Mm. Well, futures trading was the first type of trading I was exposed to. So I think it's just the first thing that, thank God, I saw.
Hmm.
Of course, penny stocks and those other things, but it was kind of the first thing that I saw up close. And I think that's where it kind of, where my exposure was.
Hmm.
And I believe your second question was not just what made me start with futures, but what was the second thing that you wanted to know?
So, what key strategies have helped you over time?
Oh, there's only one, perseverance.
Perseverance, yes.
Yeah, yeah. I think perseverance and there are strategies around it. I think the perseverance is the strategy that goes along with, um, I think, the process of
Hmm.
doing anything. If your strategy is to hold on, then eventually, the levee breaks and you're able to push through. So with trading overall, I think the greatest strategy that I've been able to use is perseverance.
Hmm. Yeah, don't give up. There are many times that I wanted to give up in my trading. And then I said, what are you doing? Get back in, get back in. What are you doing? And just sticking with it. And again, not giving up, you will see the results.
Yes, you will.
So yeah, yeah. So
Yes,
this
you
is
will.
a bit of a twist here. When you were a child,
Mhm.
What did you want to be when you grew up? You know, we always
Oh,
I've had those things. I wanted to be everything. Ballerina, a firewoman, you name it. I wanted to be the lawyer, the doctor, all of that. And
right, right.
how did that involve into your current career now as a trader?
I think when it first began, it was football.
Okay.
It wants to be a football player. And then, of course, my musical talent started coming out, and I wanted to be a singer and songwriter and a musician and producer. And I was able to do those things, not maybe to the level that quote unquote I saw for myself,
Mhm.
but been on TV and been on tours and traveled around and that sort of thing. And it was cool. I think I think it all worked together for good. So to
Mhm. Mhm.
and all of the skills that I had in my past, either skills of not giving up or not quitting on your team, or the skills of working in silence or working in the dark
Mhm.
before anybody ever gets a chance to see the show. Order canceled. These sorts of things are still, oh, so sorry.
You in a trade.
I think the auto trader's in the trade.
Right, we in a trade right now. It's okay.
I have an auto trader going and it's probably in a trade right
It's
now.
okay.
Uh, that's all that's happened. I think it's took a little more profit there. No, no worries. Everything's fine.
Okay.
I think
Where did you enter? Where were you, if you don't
oh
mind
no,
me?
it's not me. It's an agent. It's a bot that I've taught to trade.
Okay,
It's
okay.
day two in a combine. Right now the bot is up $357.
Awesome.
I turned it on maybe about an hour and a half ago after I got done with my trading session and
Okay.
meetings. And gross profit is at 127 realized,
Awesome.
and realized is at 247. It has an open trade on the NASDAQ right now,
Okay,
morning.
okay.
So,
Sounds good.
you
I
know,
have the bot too. Yeah, real trader is real. Real
so it's
trader
going
is
right
has
now.
shown up real.
Yeah, it's going on right now. I apologize about
That's
that.
okay. That's okay.
But
Yeah.
I think those skills have worked together to teach me very, very valuable lessons. The
Mhm.
lesson of hard work, being able to practice and repeat something until you have it on like an automatic response, whether it be a song or melody or show or chord.
Mhm.
I think of over my life, it was like prophesied, the sort of thing like leadership or some
Mhm.
sort of pastoral responsibility. And in a lot of ways, 27,000 people to be responsible for it would be a huge arena-sized church if it had to be all at once. So
Yeah.
um, I feel very responsible for and responsible to the people that I get to serve every day. So I think it's
Mhm.
kind of all come together. I get a chance to encourage, I get a chance to show people a skill that put a little money in their pocket. I
Mhm.
get a chance
Mhm.
to watch people come together in community, and I get to encourage people that what they do in the dark will come, to light if they just persevere. So I think it's all kind of come together for this career path so far.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And I love the trade coming in. I love that. Yeah, that's a true trader right there.
Yeah.
My next question for you is how can families introduce younger generations to the futures market, trading, investments, in a way that's both engaging and easy to grasp?
I think that's so good. I think the engaging part is really quick because
Hmm.
when people start seeing money on a screen, it doesn't matter what age they are. They're kind of
Mm-mm.
saying, "Hey, how did you do that?" Like that was $100 and it took 20 seconds. How did you do that?
Right.
So I think that's pretty easy. The engaging, it's the exposure that's tough, and I think it's tough for people to expose somebody to something that they've never been exposed to.
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
know, like so I think the biggest thing for parents is to be the neophyte or novice so that your kids don't have to.
Yes.
So open up a brokerage account, try it out. Don't risk any real money. Download a trading platform, give it a shot. grab a free course from somewhere,
Mhm.
learn. And one of the cool things is that if you want to pick it up as a bonding exercise, like, hey, I'll play Xbox with you if you come play candles with me,
Right. Great
and
idea.
we can be on your Xbox for a game, come be on my candles for a session. And
Hmm.
then your kid and you not only, you guys get a chance to get together, but even if you don't have it figured out, as long as you're with them, I mean, their brains are so fast. Like kids'
Yes.
brains are so fast. So they'll pick up on some stuff that maybe you miss. You'll pick up on some stuff that they miss. And before you know it, you guys are learning together.
Right.
But being willing to take the step,
Hmm.
and don't take the step for your kids, take the step for your grandkids.
Yes. Future
Step for
generation.
grandkids.
Yes.
Yes, it's so important. Like, we always want to have a great set of grandkids,
Hmm.
but there's a quote that says, a well-raised child is the gift you give your grandchildren."
Mm.
So
Yes.
we have to do our best with our children. Even if we don't know the best way, let's pull them in and try and figure it out together. Hey, let's open up some demo accounts together. Let's go
Yes.
to TD Ameritrade, E-Trade, Charles Schwab. I don't care where you go. Just go and start. Hey, we went and bought a latte. Let's also buy the stock while we buy
Yes.
the latte. Hey, I
Yes.
bought a latte. I'm buying $20 more worth of Starbucks today, or 20 more Dunkin', or wherever you go. I went and got gas. Okay, well, I'm gonna buy some of the. We went to Target. We went to Target 20 times. Well, every time we go is $1. So go buy $20 more worth of Target and
Right.
watch your young person light up with the fact that, hey, I put 20 bucks in, but now that 20 bucks is actually $22.
Right.
What would have happened if I put 2,000 in or
Yes.
20,000 in? And then here we go. I think people, something about that money, man, it lights
Hmm.
people up immediately. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. Jay, and myself, we both come from humble beginnings.
Sure.
And in those humble beginnings, I just want to mention this real quick. You talked about getting to the free side of things, and Jay has a really awesome free
Mhm.
uh, tool that I'm going to link here in the podcast. Is called
Mhm.
Cash for the Kingdom. It
Yeah,
gives you an amazing beginning. I
yeah,
still watch it today. Cash for the Kingdom. I'll list it there, but Jay is live. It's a live recording that he did, just walking you through the futures market. And I don't know, sometimes that word futures just kind of scares people, or they bring
yes, yes,
up
yes,
fear,
yeah,
as well as trading. But this
yeah.
leads us into my next question for you about the misconceptions. So, what are some common misconceptions you've seen among beginner traders, especially younger traders, if there are any? Because we talked about that a little bit when it comes to the futures trading. Because
Yeah.
and then maybe if you could just talk about futures, what's involved in it. Because
Mhm.
I think a lot of people don't understand the NASDAQ is in the futures. I'm gonna leave that up to you, but if you could.
Right. No, a lot of people, it's very intimidating
Hmm.
because it's the markets, and only the people on Wall Street know what to do with it
Hmm.
or not. I think it's very important for your wonderful listeners to recognize that they have always been trading,
Yes.
always been exchanging value. I think that's what a trade is. If you go to an elementary school, some kid has a bologna sandwich, other kid has peanut butter and jelly, and they say, I'll trade you.
Yeah.
They can see equal and opposite value in what the other possesses, so they decide to exchange value in the form of a lunch sandwich.
Right.
Um, the futures market is a great market, and the way that I'll explain it is this: no matter if you're investing or trading in equities or taking out an option, or whether you're in Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies of any kind, or whether you're in any of the foreign exchange market, what most people want to be is right.
Mm.
So they have an opinion now, and later they want to be right. Later they just want to be right about it. Now, that later that right, some people want to be right in 10 minutes. Some people want to be right in 10 years.
Okay.
Some people want to be right in 10 generations. But whenever they want to be right, they place their opinion or their money or their resources in the market. Now, there have been times when people have had an opinion and it ended up not going right.
Mhm.
This happens, hey, I had an opinion that I wanted to be married. And
Mhm.
then a few years down the line, that trade didn't go well. It
Mhm.
wasn't good. And that happens. You see, no one starts off at the altar saying, I'm here so that my marriage fails.
Right.
Oh, when we start off, we make the investment or the exchange of value with someone so that it can last forever. But see, not all investments will. Today, you might find out that there's a coffee bean problem, and all coffee beans cause cancer.
Mhm.
And immediately you will find that Starbucks stock will tumble. Now,
Mhm.
now, when Starbucks woke up this morning, they didn't plan for that. Let's just say it's
Right.
all for example. But things happen, okay? Things happen in the future. See, so this talks about the futures market. The futures market is based off of the premise that I can acquire something today at a discount
Mhm.
rather than acquire it at a future price that will cost me more. For example, our grandmothers always bought our winter coats in the summer
Mhm.
because in the
Mhm.
summer, winter coats are cheap.
Right.
And then by the time it got to the winter, we would have a coat already, and all of the winter coats would be expensive because things get more expensive depending on how much people need the inventory.
Yes.
Okay, so we're still talking now. Okay, and now I want you to, listeners, here's the last point. After you know you want to be right and you know when you want to be right, it all depends on whether you are invested in the instrument or whether
Uh-huh.
you are trading the instrument. But let's call marriage an investment and let's call dating trading. See, we might trade 3 or 4 dates, realize we don't like the person and we don't have to be there anymore. But see, once you're invested, you're locked in. So even if you don't like them on Tuesday, you got to get up and love them on Wednesday.
Right. Yes.
That is the difference. See, you put in $20, like the 20 we talked about earlier. You put in those $20. One day you might find out that it's $19.75. And the next day it might be $25 because you are invested. Okay.
Mhm.
When people are looking at the futures market is just our ability to denote or understand the future value of that and make an opinion today based on what we see in the future.
Right.
And if you think about it that way, I think personally, even if not by formal orthodox definition, our entire market is based upon the future.
Yes.
Yes, it is. We
Yes.
hold our Starbucks stock today because we think it will be more valuable in the future. We acquire our Google stock today because we think it will be more valuable in the future. And if we think that it will not be any more valuable tomorrow, we sell it.
Yes.
Yes, of course.
Mhm.
Of course. Of
Yes.
course. For
Yeah.
sure.
That was good. Thank you for saying that. Um, my final question for you, um, is going to talk about what you're doing now,
Mm,
which is IVES, Inventory as a Voting System.
yes. Yes.
What would you like to tell us about inventory as a voting system? I'm gonna just say right now, if you're not a part, and he hadn't even said that, y'all. If you're not a part of inventory as a voting system, I don't know why. I don't know why you wouldn't sign up. I don't know. I just don't know why. Inventory as a voting system has not only changed the game in my trading, but my defense is on point, Jay. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm just sitting up here looking around like, did you just do that?
Yes.
But whatever you want to share about inventory as a voting system,
Mm,
and if you don't mind, Jay, if you would share a link um,
yeah.
for
Sure.
that too as well. I want to share everything because I want people to grow.
Sure,
People have
sure.
asked me different things, and I've invited people, but
Mm,
sometimes there's been some skepticism, which
yeah.
it's okay. We have a lot of people out here saying they're pros and saying this, that, and the other. But what you see with Jay right now is what you see in a trade room with him, is
Yeah.
what you see one-on-one, is the growing and serving, teaching, and it's all of that. And always growing himself as well as he is helping to grow others. So I really love that about you, your wife, your family, just the community as a whole. But what can you explain, or what would you like to tell us about inventory as a voting system, how
Hmm.
it began,
Yeah.
what's its role in bridging generational gaps, in
Hmm.
trading? Just go for it.
Okay. So inventory as a voting system, in short, is a trading methodology that I created that is different and unlike any other that you've ever seen before. In its clarity, in its definitive set of actions, and in my opinion, in its results. There are many trading methods that have gone on before, Fibonacci and Elliott Wave, clouds and candle reading and candle price patterns and order flow and things like that. However, I think inventory is a voting system for me and for a few others that have taken the course so far. As Dr. Allma said, it's become the ultimate way to see the market. It was built from me driving on Old Highway 37 in Florida. I was in Central Florida. I was northbound on Old Highway 37 in Polk County. And as I'm driving, I'm listening to a song by Mary Mary. And the hook of the song, or the chorus, goes, "We all need a little bit, need a
Yes.
little bit, need a little dirt to grow." And
Mm,
when I heard that, it was almost like a lightning bolt hit my body. Really, I felt like I could physically feel like something on my chest.
mhm,
It was like a bolt of lightning moment for me. Um, and I immediately realized that everything we had seen in the market was
mhm.
just a flower, and all of the flowers grow.
Yes.
So I had realized that even in my education, whether it be gaps or levels or mother bar, inside bar, or double tops or double bottoms, or pennants or flags or ascending wedges or descending wedges, or tweezer tops or morning star dojis or gravestone dojis, or all of these other two candle rules and all of these other things that I had learned to understand the market from, I had realized in a lightning bolt moment that they were flowers
Mm,
and that those flowers were growing from something. What it made me do secondarily was reevaluate what the garden was
mm.
and what was special about it. If we go into a garden, maybe there are lilies and daffodils and roses and all of these different other things. But to me, the technology that is most outstanding is the soil because it is the same, yet if paired with any other application, it will produce. It
Yes.
will produce according to the application.
Mm,
So I start finding more value in the soil. The soil was really the masterful thing, but no one comes to a garden and says, "What beautiful soil this is." They always say, "Oh, those lilies look amazing.
right.
Wow, what an amazing violet. You know, those
Mm,
roses. Wow, how did you get them to bloom so beautifully?" But
mhm.
no one says, "What a garden. Look at the dirt."
Right.
No one says that. But that is the most magical, wonderful, beautiful place. For me in the market now, to introduce your listeners, the inventory is just the buyers and the sellers. That's the dirt from which everything else. Our indicators react to the buyers and sellers. Our candle patterns are because of the buyers and the sellers. And even our economic and macroeconomic environments are because of the buyers or sellers. If
Mhm.
people continue buying and continue selling, we consider ourselves having a healthy market. If too many people are selling than buying, then it becomes a problem. You know, it is the buyers and the sellers that run the entire situation.
Mhm.
So for me, inventory as a voting system was a deep dive into seeing, perceiving, understanding, and being able to read the opinions of the buyers and sellers. And man, oh man, when I did that, it revolutionized the way that I approached the market. I no longer had to wait proverbially for the roses to bloom.
Yes.
I could be right where right where the dirt was. I
Mhm.
can I can know when the rose was about to bloom. I could see it all happening. And that's kind of what inventory as a voting system gave me. I knew exactly when to get in, I knew exactly when to get out, I knew exactly what direction I should be trading in. And there was no guessing. I
Yeah.
no longer had any guesswork.
Hmm.
And for me, that's life change. That's
Yes.
that's everything.
Very, very much so. I know about a week ago, I was traveling. It's been about a week now, and I was in the airport. Just stopped. You know, they have the little news stations running and
Yeah, 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 for sure.
talking, blah 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 blah. And I looked, and I was like, "Oh, the market's going up." And I was like, "Did you just do that like right now?" It was so. I just my mind was just like, you
Yes.
know. I was
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you just did that, So
Mhm.
for someone to just be able to, and I know there might be someone out there that says, okay, I'm a trader, I know which way the market is going. It's so much more deeper than that. Inventory is a voting system, or
Yes, it is.
IVES. Uh, but it's so much more deeper than that. To be in the trade room with Jay one on one is literally like having a one on one with him, or it is every day for how many weeks is it again, Jay?
It's a 4 week course. It's
4 week course. And I know you're probably thinking now too, 4 weeks is not long enough, but I've had, I think it was two or three in my cohort, three or four, three. I signed up quite a few times, y'all. But anywho, that's me. There's a part of me that didn't want to miss anything, So,
right,
but
right.
there were some that were brand new. They had never traded before,
Mhm.
ever, and they're trading now. They're making money now. They're doing it.
Yes.
So don't let that stop you. Definitely check Jay out. Inventory is a voting system as well as cash for the kingdom. Anybody can do it. He's
Yeah.
had um what was your youngest student? What, 18?
My youngest student ever in my career is 12.
12. Okay.
His name is Noah. And Noah, his
Yeah, I
father
remember
is
Noah. Yeah, back in
Noah,
2020. I remember
from
that now.
Ohio. Shout out to Noah. Noah's
Yeah.
probably like 16 now. It's,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. But again, just from the beginning of being with you in 2020 till now, I've seen the growth in me. I've seen the growth in others who have been along that same journey. I'm grateful for it. Again, I'm grateful for you
Thank
joining
you.
me here on the Seeds of Transformation podcast.
Thank you.
Is there anything else you want to share with us, Jay, before we
No,
go?
I just want to say don't give up, don't quit. Listening to this podcast is going to be the beginning of me understanding that you know where good things are. Because, of course, Dr. Allma has a fantastic podcast that's always going to be enriching and uplifting to your life. So keep on tuning in, but don't go one step and stop.
Mhm.
It's not good enough to just go to first grade if you want to get a degree. You have
Right.
to keep on going. And I want you to know that the success that you want for yourself is just on the other side of your discomfort,
Hmm.
but it's way closer than you think. So just keep on going after it. And if there's any way that we can help you, let us know because we'd love to help you.
Absolutely. Growing and serving still.
That's it. That's it. Go on to serve.
All right, Jay, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll end it with that. Thank you again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining me for another episode of the Seeds of Transformation podcast with Dr. Allma Johnson and my guest, Jason Sweeting of the Jason Sweeting Trading Academy. Listen, everything that I have learned from Jay has been so impactful for my day trading journey. This is not an MLM. This is someone who is walking right there beside you, showing you the ins and outs of the futures market, where you need to get in, where you need to get out, all of the things that you would need to learn and grow in and for your financial future. But I can't stop there. I gotta give a shout out to the mentors of the Trading Academy. Raven Wise, also known as Spicy. Derek Gilchrist, also known as DG. The servant of the Most High, Samuel J. Strong III, and Nye Jordan. Y'all, you have definitely given the knowledge, shown the legacy with a willingness to pave the way for those who follow you and want to learn, grow, and serve. Y'all, stay inspired, and as always, keep growing in the things of God.